Our RV search has been exhausting.
You want to go look at some RVs?
Good morning. How much do you want to bet? Scott's out there on Facebook Marketplace right now looking at RVs. What are you doing? Tell the truth.
I'm on RV Trader. Looking at some camper vans. What are you looking at now?
The Ember Overland series. Have you seen this rugged off-road trailer? It's small, under 24 feet, has independent suspension, has solar.
Wait, what happened to the Kingstar? I thought we were looking for truck campers.
You were looking at a school yesterday.
Yeah, but it had like 1,200 watts of solar on the roof. No matter how hard you look for a one-size-fits-all option, you'll ultimately discover there is no such thing as a perfect fit. Problem number one is my shoulders are wider than the doorway.
This is not Gracie friendly. What if we got a travel trailer instead of a truck camper? But there were 3 questions we asked ourselves along the way that helped us out, and they might help you too. We're going to share with you our travel plans, what RV will take us there, and what it's been like trying to sell an RV in today's market. How did it go?
You get to show the rig next time.
Not good.
No. How low will you go? We've got a live one. Is it available? And what's your bottom line? So how do we go about finding out which one will work best for us? The answer may be simpler than you think. The first question a person might ask themselves to find the right RV is, what kind of experiences do you dream of having? Standing out in a river with waders on, trying not to fall down, and just casting a line.
Do you want to be a full-timer, part-timer, weekend warrior? Do you dream of living off-grid out in the wilderness? Or do you like the idea of lavish, luxurious RV resorts? How do you feel about state parks and national parks? These are all the questions you might want to ask yourself because it's more about the experience and a lot less about the RV.
This isn't our first rodeo. We started out over 20 years ago when our kids were teenagers in a 34-foot Class A motorhome. And then in 2015, when it was just the 2 of us, we went out and bought a half-ton pickup truck and put a pop-up truck camper on the back.
We even gave it a name, Alexander Supertramp. We loved that rig. It could take us everywhere. It didn't have a bathroom, and we couldn't sit up in bed, but we had a lot of fun in it. Babe, you've got beard shavings all over your shirt. Take 2.
And then in 2020, we sold our home and we purchased a Ford F450 and a 45-foot fifth wheel to begin our full-time RV life.
It didn't take us long to realize we needed to downsize. We loved that 45-foot fifth wheel when we were parked, but we wanted to go smaller so we could fit into more campgrounds and get around easier. So we got a 35-foot fifth wheel, our Volano Van Lee.
And for the next 2 years, we called that Van Lee home.
And now that we have an RV home base here in Florida, we dream of staying in the winter, doing a lot of exploring around the state that time of year. But then when it gets hot and miserable, we're gonna head out of Dodge and head north and do some more RVing around the country.
And over the years, we've absolutely discovered that our memories have a lot more to do with our experiences than they do with the rig that we drove in.
And the next question you might want to ask yourself are, what are your financial realities? And believe me, I know it seems obvious. We all know what our budget is. But trust me, when you get in front of those bright new shiny objects, your emotions go wild and you can get yourself in trouble.
Just make sure we don't stop at the eye candy on the way in, okay?
No eye candy.
No eye candy.
No Prevost $1 million buses.
Oh no. Look at this. Wow. This is huge. Could you be a van lifer?
I mean, it'd be kind of fun, but they're $200,000.
Are you still working or are you retired? Are you a cash buyer or will you need a loan? That was an experience and I'm not really happy about it.
If you want to pay cash, they charge you $10,000 more.
And do you need to sell your RV before you can buy another one?
and we've been there and done most of it.
And let me tell you a little story about that 34-foot motorhome. It came with a 15-year loan. And when it came time to sell it, we realized we were upside down.
But in 2020, we finally became debt-free. So the last thing we want is another loan.
And for the most part, we're retired. So staying within our fixed budget is something that's important to us. I'll bet you guys make a killing on YouTube.
We would make more money setting up a lemonade stand at the corner.
Searching for an RV, it's awful easy to get caught up in the fear of missing out and keeping up with the Joneses.
And the next question you might want to ask yourself, what are your physical abilities or limitations?
Well, the doctors are telling me that I've got to get new knees in the next year or so.
And I haven't been the same since my 7 reconstructive hip surgeries.
And we both got chronic autoimmune diseases.
And we haven't even begun to tell you about Gracie. I said nothing ever good happens when I go to the vet. There's ladders to climb, roofs to sweep. Depending on what kind of an RV you get, determines how many steps you go up and down every time you go in and out. You gotta get on your knees to do hookups, change tires. Wait, my knees hurt. Hold on.
Thing I do is I check the torque on the wheels every 1,000 miles or so. Not my favorite part of RV life.
And even the mental and stressful part of hooking up, backing up, pulling in, pulling out can all wear on you.
I mean, really, going full-time in an RV, we did in spite of all of our problems.
And we're certainly not trying to discourage anyone. We've met all kinds of people out on the road with all kinds of different health challenges.
Worse than we have.
Yeah, so if we can do it, you can too. It's just something to keep in mind when you're deciding what kind of rig to get.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. It's time to show these people what our decision was.
Yeah, let's show them what RV we're going to be traveling in this year.
Ta-da!
Yep, that's right. No matter how hard you try or how much you want something, sometimes things just don't go your way, and the timing's just not right. So let us explain to you what it's been like trying to sell this RV. This is the RV we're traveling in this year.
Come on in and we're going to tell you all the ways that we're getting excited about this. So despite having some really great photographs of a unit in excellent condition, our expectations of getting the price that we were looking for faded pretty quickly.
And we're well aware of that this isn't the same market we bought the RV in, and we had no expectations that we were going to get anywhere close to the price that we paid for this rig. And a lot of you commented that we had it priced really, really good. It didn't seem to matter what the price was. We dropped it 3 times and we couldn't sell it.
We had a number of people come out here to our house and take a look at it, and lots of comments that it was the nicest rig that they'd seen when they were out searching. And in fact, some people, this is exactly the unit that they were looking for.
But for whatever reason, it just didn't work out. And so after a few months of trying really hard, we had it on RV Trader. You know, we did a whole walkthrough video of it. We had it on Facebook Marketplace and all the groups and forums that you can sell fifth wheels in.
And we talked to a number of dealers about trading it in or consigning it. And at the end of the day, we weren't very excited about what they were offering.
And after getting out there and pounding the pavement looking at what might possibly be our next rig, we would both come home and say we felt sick to our stomachs.
So we thought to ourselves, why are we wanting to buy high, sell low, and end up with something that's probably going to be much lower quality than what we already have, and then have to put a bunch of work into it?
We've already been through the first year of maintenance woes with this and fixed it all up. We really don't want to go through that again. And we can't buy something privately owned and used unless we sell this first. So it kind of got us to thinking, just like all those other people were telling us that came to look at it, boy, you have a really great rig. It's the nicest one I've seen.
Maybe you should just hang on to it.
All the signs were saying this is not the right time to sell. Not that the market's going to get any better for selling an RV, but our timing might get better. Right now, we know the rig, we're comfortable with the rig, we already have travel plans and reservations booked for a several-month travel trip in the rig.
I mean, after working on this house for a year, we are starting to dream about getting back out there on the road, and we're excited about it. We've got plans to go to Colorado, and we've got places up in Georgia, maybe in Tennessee, maybe in Arkansas.
We've had a lot of changes in the last year and a half, and maybe now is not the right time to do another big change. Gracie even knows this rig. She feels like it's home. We feel safe with her in here. Are you ready to go RVing again? Are you ready to go RVing again?
So I've got an appointment to take this thing over and have the suspension worked on, get everything lubed up. Then we're going to throw some new tires on it, and we're going to head out of here and start exploring and quit looking.
Because we had to take our own advice. Just be happy with what you've got, which is something pretty incredible. And we're going to get out there and start traveling again.
I mean, you're probably going to see us back at the RV Super Show again this winter, and we'll probably be out there looking again. We still love the Kingstar. The timing just wasn't right.
And we've even looked at the idea of maybe a small, adventuresome, rugged travel trailer. We know that everything works out the way it should, and there's a reason why it didn't work out for us this time. But we'll be downsizing when the time's right, and we can sell our rig. It'll all work out.
Yeah. Well, Tammy's pretty upset. She's worried that she said the wrong thing in last week's video and maybe led some people on. What's wrong, babe?
Babe, don't film me right now. I feel like crap because everyone's saying they're so excited to see what rig we get.
Oh, I'm gonna go.
They're all gonna unsubscribe to us now.
Let's look at the video. You didn't say that.
We have some news to share with you in our next video about the RV, about what RV we're gonna get, and it might just surprise you.
Big surprise. Oh, maybe you could have said that a little bit better.
I'm really sorry for misleading you all. I hope you're not too disappointed in us.
Babe, I think what you said was completely open to interpretation. I'm looking at Facebook Marketplace. Do you realize there's an amphibious camper van?
I mean, I want adventure and all, but what happened to the truck camper?